Hello and welcome to episode 4 of Prison Architect Season 3. Last time we had this minimum security wing expanded. Got things nicely filled out here, but there's still quite a bit more to get done. We've got some security holes to patch here, and we have of course other things we want to get to as well. Going through our grants list, we have tons of stuff we can get to. Cell block C, I think we're going to try and get to today, so I'll go ahead and get that. And then a bunch of the rest of the stuff is going to take a little bit more time, but we do have inmate health and well-being more or less taken care of. All we need to do is have a psychologist and an office, which we'll have to find somewhere to put that. And then outside of that, I opened the wrong thing here. We can go ahead and research a couple more things. We don't have education unlocked. We don't have legal unlocked. We don't have dogs. We don't have armories or anything yet. Extra grants approved, so we can take that third one. I'm going to go ahead and just research education, because that's going to be an important thing for us to get going probably a bit sooner rather than later. But the main thing I think we want to get to in this episode is getting a medium security wing built. Probably down here, something similar to this, but with some smaller cells, smaller common room, fewer amenities, and higher capacity. All that. I do like the kind of split wing thing here, where you have these two different pods with their basically all their own services, and then they share the gymnasium, the chapel. I'm not happy with this. We are going to redo this at some point, but for right now, I think it's probably best to focus on some other stuff. But I did learn 011 is actually the name of the studio that made the game. I don't know how I didn't know this. I've owned the game for almost a decade at this point. But that's why this is here. That's their logo. So, fun fact for those of you who didn't know. So, first things first. Let's go ahead and put in a road gate here. That's not in that one. That's under walls and doors. Of course it is. But the road gate, of course, as the name implies, is intended to stop prisoners from escaping by running out this hole, which they definitely did more than once in the previous episode. So we'll just do that, and I'll of course put the fence here so they can't just do that. And we'll just have to station a guard in here to open the gate and let people and trucks and buses and stuff in and out as necessary. So we'll let them get to that. Probably should hire some more guards too, but we don't have a lot of extra money right now. Well, we have $500,000, but we need to get this daily cash flow up expeditiously. Which easy way to do that is to get a whole bunch of medium security guys, because when we do intake on them, they pay $500 apiece. So it's pretty good. Pretty good. Let's go ahead and make ourselves a foundation here, just like we did before. We'll have the 3-space gap on the outside, and then on the inside here as well. So let's see, that's 3 there. I am tempted to just have this be the same size, but we'll make the inside a little bit smaller. Right, like so. And actually, I forgot I have to put the yard in the middle. Or maybe I just give them a smaller yard. I don't know. We've got options. We have the ability to play this a little bit differently. I do like the idea of not just having a complete, just square blob. It's always nice to have some variety. But we do have to be a little bit careful of how we place things in so they don't look completely stupid, right? Yeah, so what I will do... So I will just have this come all the way down here. I believe that is the correct distance, and it is. Cool. Yeah, that's going to work quite nicely. We'll, of course, have to put in a set of jail doors, large jail doors. I believe... this is actually 51 meters, is it? That's right, that's right. I did remember correctly. Has to have an entrance. Well, guess what? It's going to have an entrance. We'll just do one here and one here. That should divide it up nicely. It's going to get that going. And then we have to decide how we're going to lay things out on the inside. I do like the idea of having the large cells, but That should be a privilege of the lower securities. So instead of a, what were these, 4x5? Maybe we can do 3x5 for the minimum, or the medium guys. 3x5 should still be big enough to fit most of the amenities in. Just, maybe not that desk and chair by the window, or maybe we do that and have something else. I don't know. We have time. We have ideas. Of course, you can always make suggestions in the comments if you feel so inclined. But they will go ahead and take care of that. In fact, I can take this space here, and I can come out the same distance. Give these guys maybe a little bit smaller of a yard. What did I say? This is 51. So if I come out and it's, for example, instead of 51 on a side, if I were to do, think, say 19, and then 19 here. Yeah, that's going to be substantially smaller in the middle, but should give us enough space to put a pretty hefty amount of cells in here. So for the sake of just planning, I will let them go ahead and get to work building this, but we can kind of sketch out an approximately same size thing here. If I said 3x5 on the inside, so that would be right like so, then that would end up looking a little bit like this. And forgive me for the this wall being in not quite the correct spot. There we are. Okay, we have 5 cells here. This is 5 meters there, and then we have this space in the middle. We actually have a 5-meter space here, which technically is enough space for us to put another cell in the middle if we so chose. Or we can come in here, we can flip the cells on their side. Leave the 3 space here. We can do 5 like so. That would allow us, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here, take this out. If we were to do that, just flip these right like so. Just get a couple of those going. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so in the middle of this, we would have enough space, I believe. I have yeah, if we really wanted to, we could have really narrow hallways and have these guys popped in the middle like this, or we can have the 2 wide hallways. We can have like island cells here, or we could put some other sort of thing in the middle of the hallway like we have done previously. But I kind of like the idea of doing this. So you have, I guess, either cells or some other type of storage or amenity rooms, or you just leave this entire middle part open and it's a common room, or you put something else in there. We have a bunch of different options for stuff. But this seems like a decent enough use of the space. Of course, we can always reconfigure if we don't like it. So something like that could possibly work nicely. Or we could just say, hey, you know what? I want more space, or I want less space, and then just, you know, make this a little bit bigger on the inside. There's no rule that says we can't do that. If we added 2 more blocks to this, then we could actually have these flipped back in the original orientation like we had done before. We go back into planning mode, so I don't actually end up building this monstrosity. We can go ahead and get that popped back in place like so. And I think having the long wall in between the cells is probably a better option, honestly. And look at all the space we have in the middle here. We can just leave this open, or like I was saying before, we could put some other kind of thing in there. Or we could just say, hey, you know what? We're just going to have this big wide tunnel and have this whole thing outside of all the cells be the common area. You could even have cell blocks around a common area inside of this cell block thing, and then I'll use all this space for something else. Variety is the spice of life, friends. Yeah, so we'll get rid of that. If this ends up working out nicely, then we'll just flip it around the other way, and then we can have the yard actually be fully connected here. Remember that each of these yards right here, if we take a look at room quality, they're 8 out of 10. The only way we could get to 10 out of 10 is if the room size was 200 squares, which this, I'm assuming, is somewhere in between 150 and 200. It should be a pretty decent amount. But if we were to do a combined yard in the medium medium security thing down to there, then that would obviously be over 200 squares. So I think that might be what we want to do, just have this to here, and then maybe even up to part of this. But yeah, that is... that's some weird artifacting going on there. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to deploy a guard to the inside of this just so they can open those doors, or we can just, leave them unlocked. But the idea here is that how we did this, we have the canteen right here, kind of in the center, right when they come in. And we're going to need to have a larger canteen for the medium security guys, because they have obviously a higher density of prisoners going on. So if we do, see, medium security walls, these are all minimum. Yeah, we'll do medium security walls just to plan this out. Again, we can do this. So there's our 5, right, like so. Yeah, so if we have, and we don't even have to have this wall be cells. We could actually have cells all the way around the outside, etc., and have something else in the corner, just for the purposes of illustration here. But if I were to do that, then this corner piece right here is going to have to be something else. But that would be, see, 3, 6, 9. That's 10 cells right there. We can have another 10 on this side. Each of these blocks held 30 prisoners. We could easily get more than that. But the way this is set up right here, we're going to have probably a pretty large canteen to hold all these guys. So if we set this up in such a way, we have 5 meters on that side, 5 meters on that side. I want to make sure that it's a big enough space to put enough tables in. We leave, see, a 3 by 4 is one set of large table and benches, as we saw right there. So if we have 2 of those, like so, right, like that, I can do. See, that's not going to work. We're going to need more space. Yes, this is why we plan this stuff out, right? So this is 5 meters. That would be a cell there, or we could extend this another one, and that would give us a little bit more space. And that is bigger than what we have here. Remember, this is 4 large tables and 4 small tables. So if we're going to have a higher capacity of dudes in here. So that would be one. That would be one. This would be like serving trays and stuff. We could have 4 sets of large tables. If I did my math correctly, which I don't know that I did. It seems I did not. I did not do my math correctly. So this is 6. Yeah, shocker, right? Anyone who's ever watched these videos will understand that. Anyway, I digress. That is correct there. And then this would be serving tables, 5 meters apiece. Probably just have 4 of those like that. And then we have enough space to put in a little bit of the decoration stuff in the middle, like we have here. It's just a tiny, tiny bit taller in terms of map height than that, and that would be the same thing there. We, of course, would have to have a kitchen and a security room. But since this is medium security, we don't have to give them this giant common room. And like I was saying earlier, we could even have separate common rooms here and then use the rest of the space for something else, or put more cells in it, or what have you. This is the same, I think the same exterior dimensions, barring, this being small, as this one is. So obviously we need to put more people in there. Yeah, see, this is basically another cell space we didn't put anything in. We actually could make this a cell if we wanted to. We got options. We also have to have a place for solitary, but I think I like the idea of having... Actually, this is almost tempting to put a slightly larger cell in the corner. But that's probably going to end up being something else. This over here, if we have to have a certain size for our mailroom and our library, 5 by 5s, or they have to be somewhere like that. Alphabetize this again. The library, of course, has to be 5 by 5, yes. All right, so if we plan this, see, this interior space here is 7 by 9, so we do have the ability to be a little bit more lenient with our sizes here. So if I put a wall here, this is 5 by 6. This is 3 by 6. So this could be another cell, or we could just leave it alone. Or we could actually have this come all the way out here, leave a 3 wide hallway like we have been liking to do, like this. And now we've got this 11 by 11 space that we could program as a common room, or we could program as some other combination of stuff, or even a classroom if we wanted to. We didn't give these guys a classroom. We probably should have. But I'm thinking for the sake of, you know, ease of scheduling things, it probably would make more sense to have this middle building be a bunch of classrooms and stuff, and just make sure that, you know, the guys don't completely cross over, interact with each other, because, you know, that causes problems. But if, hear me out here, if we did a 2 wide hallway, then I've got space here. I could put some more cells. 3 by 5s if we wanted to continue doing that. Would be right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then guess what? You got 2 cells here. You got 10 cells here. That's pretty snazzy. And then you have all this space right here. You know, I kind of like that, actually. I think that is going to be a pretty nice looking deal. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and get this thing on the road here. All the way down to there. Because, of course, they'll build out all these walls when we come in here and we actually have it finished up. I think that's going to be a pretty good move for us here. So if we take this one on the end out, we have 9, we have 18, then we have 22 total right here, and then we have this space that can get programmed to something, this space can get programmed to something, and we have all this on the back side here. This main hallway right here, of course, is going to have a kitchen, but the kitchen doesn't have to be that big. It basically just needs to be able to cook for, well, in this case, probably about 40 guys versus 30 here. So you really only need a couple of cookers, a couple of fridges, and all that. And this is how big is this? 9 by 8. I think that's a decent size for a kitchen if we were to do that. So if we did a 9 by 8 here, that would give us that space as a kitchen, and on the other side the same as a security office. And then we have all this space. So this is actually, it's going to be another 9 by 8. Oh, this is gonna be nice if we can actually tie this in right here. I like it when stuff is symmetrical and it's good space usage. So we have 4 identical size rooms, whereas right here we had more cells. That could be a good place to put something like maybe a chapel and a gymnasium, a small one for them. If you remember looking at this, the chapel has to be 6 by 6, which that is. Gymnasium has to be, I think it's 7 by 7. Yes, which this would qualify. Or we could put the gymnasium in a big one here. Again, there's plenty of stuff to do. Plenty of possibilities for us, but I do like the idea of having all of these be set up like that. Get rid of this. Now, if we come down here, we have, what's this, 5, this would have to be 6, I think. Yeah, if we just went all the way down like so. Yeah, that was, oh, nope, I can't do math. That's only 4 on the inside. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. My math strikes again. But you leave this right here. You could even just have this be storage or something like that. But then we have all this entire space to just be cells around the outside. That's not a bad thing. We could even just block this corner bit off as more flex space. That's honestly probably a slightly better way to do it. But if you do that, then you have 3 here and then another 3. I'll just sit here. I'll come from the other end as well. Okay, so we'll do one more like that, and then one more from up here, and it should meet somewhere. Yeah, we got a 5 by 5 in the middle, which, you know what, coincidentally, is the size of is it a parole room, 5 by 5? You know what? That would not be a bad place for a parole room. We could have some other stuff, but let's count our cells here. We've got 9 here, as previously said. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. It's still 30 cells. It's 30 cells again. Oh, I need to add more, but we do have this space here that I think 5. Oh, you know what? We have these 2 block wide hallways. Am I gonna be able to do it? Am I gonna do it? Nope, it's another 5 by 5. Oh boy. But friends, look at this. Isn't that nice and symmetrical? I got 34. I got 34 here. So we could actually continue splitting up these other spaces here. We don't necessarily have to have all of these set up as flex spaces. We could continue dividing this up, have a couple of slightly larger cells, or we just, you know, make these other 2 rooms larger and then these are cells. I think that is the better way to do it. 3 by 5s, cells everywhere. This is 9. This is 2. That's 11, 12, 13, 14 here. Another 14 here. It's 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. I want it to be 40 though. I want that 40 number. It's such a good, nice, even number. But we'd have this wasted corner space if we did that. Or he says again, we could put a couple more right here and just eat into this space. We had 5, another cell like that, and then this could be some other sort of thing. I don't know. We've got options. We've got the ability to do a bunch of different stuff. I'm not married to the idea of them being 40, but it is nice to have an easy round number. Easy round number to take care of that. I think if we were to do this and just have 1 cell in the corner be slightly larger, or we could do dormitories. That's also an option. And just have 2 guys in 1 room, just for the sake of, you know, having all this extra space. But then that causes the problem of, oh, we have extra room here. You know, it's always an adventure, right? Nothing is ever boring with this, or maybe it is, in which case, apologies. But it's how I like to play the game. I like to do the fun stuff like this. I think it's fun. Making something that is visually satisfying, even if it takes you a little bit longer to figure it out, I think it's fun. Oh, you know what? If we do that, we got another 2 cells in here. So that's cool. That would actually probably make more sense, and then these middle ones could be parole or what have you. But that's a more consistent usage of the space, and then the corners can be dormitories. So I think that's going to be fine. We'll just do that. Doors will go maybe not right in the middle, depending on how the others. No, we'll do it in the middle. Just pop all these doors in the cells. I will time-lapse the process of installing these doors, or putting all this stuff down so you guys don't have to listen to me yapping for another 10 minutes while I pop everything in. But yeah, should be fun to see all this come together. Of course, we'll time-lapse the build process as well. And then hopefully by the end it'll be looking nice, and we'll be able to go ahead and move on with everything else that we're going to be doing today. All right. This is garbage. I'm sitting here trying to figure out why they're not building these plans. Like, that didn't happen last episode and I forgot about it. And these 3 chuckle you-know-whats come over here and they escape out of a tunnel. Stop it. Stop it. Don't do that. Now I got to tunnel search everyone and they're going to be pissed off. Oh, you absolute clowns. Well, anyway, suffice to say, after all of that, I still have to build the wall here. Despite, you know, having this supposedly set up correctly. And then they just, you know, chose not to do it. Charged me a planning fee. You know the drill. So, another building time-lapse while I'm rambling about all this. And then we will get everything all sorted out. And then we can start putting the rooms in. Alright, so the walls are all in place, finally. Apparently somebody died, but, you know, stuff happens, I guess. Never even really figured out exactly what's going on there. Oh, we don't have the psychologist. That's right. It's probably something we should do. But I digress. Let's go ahead and design our cells, shall we? I'm going to go ahead and pop in 2 lights per cell here and here. And then we haven't actually zoned this as a cell yet. So if I type in cell in the objects, everything that goes in the cell. Why do I have 5 foam mattresses? I don't remember buying these. That's weird. Anyway, if we put a comfy bed, say in this corner, and then we can still have the office desk up against the wall here. In this design of cell, we're going to have to modify it for the other ones that are rotated and have the doors on a different wall. But if we do that, we can still have the chair here. We're obviously still going to have a toilet in, I guess we could do this corner here. Shower head, drain. I still want to give them the sink and the mirror because that's a nice way to increase the, you know, niceness of the cell. But other than that, they're not going to get anything else. And then the flooring, I think we decided fancy tile would be nice for the medium security. So that is what we will do. We'll just pop that in there. And then not every cell is going to be able to have a window depending on how stuff is set up, but we can pop the windows in later. This, I think, is going to be a pretty good cell design. At least to start out with for medium security. So we'll get this popped in here. We have the orange medium security walls, medium security doors. Except around the outside, we can probably fix that. But we'll get that situated. Let them build that, and then of course we'll have to, you know, hook up utilities. Maybe put a couple more of these capacitors in place here, which we might as well go ahead and max this out. There is a decent chance we'll have to have a separate power station for down here. Okay, why is the guard's not going to come up here? Is he? All right, fine. I'll open the door. There, now he wants to come in here and take care of all this. All right. Is this all in place? I think it is. All right, so now I can let's see, it's under quick build clone. Take this out of turbo speed first of all. I can clone the entire inside of this. Oh, I already have the door, so I guess I can just do this. So basically every cell that's oriented like this, we set up like so. This one will end up being that way as well. And then I'm just going to rotate 180 degrees. Do these around the bottom here. Not like that. Nope. How do I, there we go. Get that clone thing back out, make sure it's correct. Oh, nope, I have to clone this one. Of course. That's what I was looking for. That'll go there, that'll go there. Same thing there, same thing there, and then these guys. Right, like so. God, I did it again. Come on, get... There. There is probably something to be learned about how I end up doing this. But hey, precision is, it's a thing that exists, apparently, sometimes. Not here, though. Alright, so those are all in place. We're going to have to slightly redesign this for these that are rotated. Put cell back in here again. There's not really going to be that much that we have to do different. Wait, you know what? You know what? No, we don't have to redo this. Because I didn't actually place anything where the... Okay, well, the one thing, I will put the toilet and the sink on the wall next to the cell door so, you know, they can't, you know, spy on you while you're doing your business in there. Although I guess maybe in prison that's something that... almost certainly something that definitely happens. But those are all in place. Then we just have to kind of do the same general thing for the dormitory. And I think what we'll do for that is we'll just kind of copy the same idea here, but we'll just mirror on either side of the desk. They can share a desk, they can share a chair, they can share a toilet and everything else. But that should give them a little bit more space. Give me my shower head. Yep, there we go. And a drain there. And then maybe we'll put something else in here, but the 2 beds would make this a lovely dormitory. And then, of course, the flooring has to be in there with the fancy tile. And then once that's actually built, we can clone it. But we'll go ahead while they are doing this. I will time-lapse this process because it will take a very long time. But we do need to come in with the electrical cables and all of that fun stuff. You'll hear the sounds of me drawing these things out in the game, but I'm not going to make you sit through me, you know, actually sitting here and doing this. That's, we all have things to do with our lives that are not sitting here and watching me repeat the same action 800 times. Alright. I was hoping there'd be no more shenanigans until this was finished, but it seems they wanted to escape once again. So, you know, normal stuff. Totally normal stuff. Absolutely no problems whatsoever. But we'll go ahead, we'll let them fill that tunnel back in. And then we got some work to do, folks. Get this thing locked down. They have found, wow, look at all those tunnels, man. Why do you like this? Like this is good life in here. You got nice big cells, you got marble flooring. Come on, man. You got everything you could want. And yet you choose to escape. Well, it is what it is. Let's go ahead. Hopefully this won't trip any circuits or anything. But I will go ahead and get this wired up here. We'll see what happens. If it trips a circuit, we're gonna have to make another block, or another block being another power station. But I'm pretty confident it can run at least the lights without any issues. So they'll get that hooked up in just a second here, and we'll see. We still have to put in the kitchen and the security. And oh, you know what? It actually might be okay. Look how nice this looks with the fancy tiles. That is pretty cool. Did I not do... Oh, yep. That's absolutely my fault for not putting that in. I did it down here. Okay, well, that's fine. Let's take this down to normal speed. We have to make a kitchen. And I'm pretty sure I said I was just going to duplicate what I'd already done here, which was 2 cookers there. I did make the room, I think, maybe a tiny bit bigger. Yeah, I did. It's actually larger, so we could do 3 cookers. Yeah, why not? More cookers, more power, right? Cookers, and then I'll put a sink here, and then I'll just put the fridges there because that'll fit in just a tiny bit better. And then, of course, we'll have to do all of our stuff for the canteen. There we go. I remember saying that we're going to put a table here. A table here, as one does with our benches. Actually, no, I did the wrong thing first. Benches, and then tables. I can just go ahead and pop those in like so, nice and easy. Fill the tables in between. Hopefully that's enough table. Should be. If not, we can, you know, just change stuff around. All these different serving tables. We did, at this canteen, we did put in a bunch of other extra stuff that we had room for, and we honestly probably still do if I don't have 4 of these tables. We probably don't need 4 tables, in all honesty. So if I, let's just say take out these middle 2. We should still be able to get by with 2, with 40 dudes. I think that should be fine. With the drink machine... and the water cooler, which I guess is technically still a drink machine. But anyway, plants-wise, 6 plants right here in the middle should suffice. The only thing that's gonna, you know, be kind of a problem is if we don't have enough outside windows. Because this one has, what, 6, I think, if we take a look at our room quality. Oh, okay. No, never mind. There's not a bonus for outside windows. There's just a subtraction for not having windows. Oh, we didn't put a fan in this one. Okay, well, let's actually fix that since we're already in here. Just pop a fan in there. And then, because I have the memory of a goldfish, drink machine, snack machine, water cooler, 4 plants, and a fan. I'm probably still going to forget. We have the drink machine, we have the water cooler, we do not have a snack machine. So let's do that. And then the fan as well. Can fit right there if I can actually get my cursor to stay in there. Fan. Beautiful. So that's going to be ready right there. I need, of course, to put in a couple of tables in the middle of this room. And I think that's going to work. We have our walls and our doors, staff door only, of course. Security here, slightly larger rooms. I could have just copy pasted all this. But I think, you know what? The security room, I will copy paste it. Clone it, whatever you want to call it. That is going to end up probably being the right way to do it. And of course, we could put in the carpet there. As promised, checkered floors in here and in here, because that's what one does. And everything else gets to be fancy tiles, even the solitary that I put at the end of the hall here. Fancy tiles. This can be fancy tiles. The little doorway here can be fancy tiles. This can be fancy tiles. All of it can be fancy tiles. And I think... the cell doorways I did not have as fancy tiles. Well, we'll get that fixed. We'll get all that fixed. Hopefully that's the last of it. I think it is. Mark these as solitaries, which are all the way down here. And yes, there are lights in the solitaries. These, I think, I did mention that I was going to make a parole room. We will make one there. I don't think we need to have 2. But we do want to have, I think, still a shop and a library and a couple other things. But the library, being this little 5x5 here, I think is a nice, simple spot. We can actually probably copy-paste. Not quite. Mortensen, chilling in the library, huh? Hide behind those shelves when I come and see what you're doing. Alright, that's fine. Yeah, that's going to have to get, maybe I can't copy-paste that. But that's part of the fun of doing all this, is figuring out the different ways to arrange things in the rooms, and so on and so forth. I do like the idea of having those 2 shelves there, this sorting desk in the middle. Will be fine like that. And then I had these leather chairs. Actually, I can just put both of those up top there. That should work nicely. And then, you know the drill, put our lights in the center of the room like that. The parole room is pretty simple. It's just going to have to be that one visitation table, which we will do here. I always like looking at the guy's face who's in the parole hearing when we look at this. So that should be set up nicely there. We'll go ahead and make this our kitchen. We'll make this our security room. This our canteen. And I believe now I can make all of this... Oh, do I have to individually select all of these now? Or maybe it's not gonna... Oh, never mind. Oh no, I absolutely am. Why is this like that? That's very strange. Okay, so that's gonna be like so. Oh, I didn't put a door for this one. All right, that's kind of weird. Staff only, staff only. This is strange that this is also a separate thing, but hey. Alright, medium security jail door orange. That works. And once these are all taken care of, I guess I should have put the electrical cable in here. fine. This will end up, I'll just jack into that. And, of course, the this has to be directly connected. That's okay. A phone tap. I don't have any, well, phones in here. So that's going to be a whole process. How did I do the lights in this kitchen? Okay, there and there. Well, I can do a full grid here if this is a properly sized room, which it is. Yeah, look at that. 9 lights. That's what I'm talking about. And this is going to look substantially better. I like the idea of having lights over the tables. I should have done the other one like that. But hey, it is what it is. And then we'll just do... Yeah, why not? Why not? That should light up the room reasonably well. Then, of course, in the middle here, we'll just do every other... like so, and then right in front of the cell doors, they'll get a light bulb there. And we'll just continue this along the way here. And then we should actually, if we take this out of turbo speed, I can come in here and I can have all of these guys delivered at once, which is an exciting thing to think about. So these aren't actually designated as cells yet, so that will be a cell. Oh, look at that drawing real slow. This will be a cell. This will be a cell. That's a cell. That's a cell. That's a cell. None of these have windows, mind you. I don't know if I'm going to put in windows on all the outside ones, but it seems like it would be kind of a waste not to. Dormitory. Just have a couple of those. So I think our capacity, medium security capacity, is 44 because we have these 2 dormitories. So, you know, I could have taken these out and been even 40, but hey, it's nice to have other stuff. Oh, you know what? I didn't put the fancy flooring in the parole room. Unacceptable. Or the library, but the library, I think in this one I had, yeah, I gave it the blue carpet. Sound deadening in the library, it's always nice. There we go. Yeah, we're working. This reminds me of those, what is this, Argyle socks or the vests or whatever. That's some good fashion right there. But now we have a couple of hours before we'd get anybody in. If we open the prison to medium security guys, there's only 6 available. But that will, of course, continue increasing as we progress down here. So, check and make sure that this is all for medium sec, which it is. Staff-wise, we're going to have to hire a couple more cooks. I'm just going to go up to 10 so they can all attend to what they need to attend to. And yeah, there we go. Oh, this dormitory doesn't have the lights. Let's fix that real quick. How did I do it in here? Okay, that works. Nice and simple to take care of. And there we go, folks. We are ready to go for a whole bunch of medium security dudes. They don't have a yard yet, but we will get to that. Assuming we like how this is set up, I think this is fine, honestly. I think what's probably going to end up happening is we will duplicate this and flip on the other side, but then I will probably just fully connect and make this one wing, and I might end up merging these as well for 60 minimums. And then we're going to have, I guess, almost 90. 88 medium guys. Because if I merge those, then I could either put a couple more cells here, or I could just have a big space for common activities, and so on and so forth. So here these guys come here. Let's... who stop dying? Who is dying without permission? I don't even see a body. Where's the body? Where is the body? All right, this is now a conspiracy theory. Where's the body? Stop dying and disappearing. That's not allowed. Anyway, I love how they put this guy in solitary. They put him in the dormitory first. Like, well, maybe they were lonely. Maybe they wanted a buddy. don't know where these guys are going. I guess it's free time. I don't have anything else going on. That's all right. Guards wise, we got to get more guards going here before we do too much else. I think for where we are now, let's just make sure before we clone anything that we have pretty much everything we need in this wing that we thought we were going to. The parole is good to have separate parole. I should have put one of those in this minimum, and I still can. This is just slightly too small for that to work. The mailroom, if we check, has a requirement that's 5 by 5, so I can't make that one any smaller. So maybe if I end up actually combining these, then I could carve out a little bit of space. A little bit of space for a parole room for those guys. But I digress. I think this is good to clone. I think it should be fine. I'll go ahead and hopefully I have the money for it. Oh, you know what? No, I need to put in windows. Window. Let's see. We put the classy windows on. No, I need to get that out of the text thing. I put the classy windows in here, and then of course the canteen had some windows of its own. But let's just make sure we put these in, and then I think we can still have the classy windows above the desks and these guys. So we can just pop that in real quick. I don't have to have this paused for that, but it's nice to have a window to the outside, literally. So we'll do that, and then we will copy paste this, and hopefully we'll end up with a yeah, see, now we're getting some more medium security guys. Hopefully we'll end up with a pretty good bit of stuff accomplished. This is getting a little bit longer. I know I do have some time lapses to pop in here, so it's not going to end up being completely too long, but we are going to get to a point pretty quick where we're going to want to make sure that we can move this along. But I'm going to go ahead, just copy paste this entire thing, rotate, and bring this all the way down. Hopefully it ends up actually going in the correct spot. In fact, I will manually confirm that that's the case. And there we go. That's going to fit nicely there. That's going to cost us a whole lot of money, but getting that whole thing cloned is going to be great, because then we can connect this and we can have a nice combination space. And then this whole thing right in the middle can be the yard, and that should be big enough, I think, to give us the amount of space that we want. We can, of course, make this bigger down here as well. But having this combined into one is going to give us a space to make a nice big common room, have at least one dedicated classroom for the medium security guys, if we so choose, and put a couple other things in. Make sure we have a gym and a chapel and all that. The classroom thing, maybe we want to have those all be commingling spaces, but I'm not entirely sure. We'll see what happens. I will time-lapse the construction of the rest of this. Hopefully nobody else dies. You know how this goes. It's just one of those things. But we'll get everything built. We'll get everything hooked up utilities-wise. See how many more medium security guys come in here, and then I suppose that would be a good place to leave it for today. And we can fill out the rest of the common spaces next time. Give you guys something to look forward to for Sunday's video. Alright, so I'm going to end the time-lapse here, but there's still plenty to get done. I just want to acknowledge that we do have a lot of escapes going on, which is a problem, as we said previously. So I think it's time to put in some metal detectors. Should have done this a long time ago. But you know how this goes, so we'll go ahead and we'll pop these bad boys right before cell block there. And then here as well. We'll have to wire these in, but I think I have the cables already going straight through here. For this one, easy solution seems to be to just pop that right there. They have to go through that every time they go to lunch anyway. I think that should end up being fine. Pop those there, and that should help, you know, take away some of the opportunity for them to do. But like, look at all this stuff that's coming in here for them to come in and unload. Tons and tons and tons of stuff. I don't really have. We've gone through a lot of money. We really and truly have. So it's gonna be time here pretty quickly to do something about that. I also want to make sure that we actually finish this this thing here, the grant about health and well-being. So we are going to have to build an office for a psychologist, which for right now, this is basically just flex space. So I think I will just go ahead and pop in. Where is office? I can't read. There we go. We got space for one there. Could just have it be a, you know, a big office like the psychiatrist office, or we could just say, you know what, no, we'll do things correctly. We'll do a 4x4 office, and then we can, I don't know, maybe have some space over there or something. But you know the drill. Office has to have the. Actually, should I just clone this? Yeah. It's the easiest thing to do. Is just no, not that. Easiest thing to do is just, you know, pop in here and clone this like so. We'll just flip that right around. And is it going to let me get away with not having walls around it? That's kind of wild, actually, if that's the case. But psychologists will go ahead and buy, and we'll wait for that office to get finished. I suppose I should high prioritize all the stuff that makes his office an office. Hopefully that gets done soon. Although the amount of stuff still waiting to get offloaded from the truck. Why is that truck driver have a... Okay. Past 1x3 size. I think we need some more workmen. What about you? We have 30 of them. I guess I could temporarily hire another 20, so we can have up to 50. Just got to get these guys to, you know, do their job, unload these trucks, get this stuff popped in somewhere where we have room for it at least, and get the rest of this going, because we got prisoners sleeping in here. Actually, hold on. I made a mistake. I didn't say this is medium security only. That is unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. Well, we'll just have to... No. We'll just have to wait for the chaos as all these guys end up going to that. Oh, wait, no, I only have 54 minimum guys. That's fine. That works out well. I was absolutely paranoid that this was going to end up becoming mixed stuff, and we don't want that. Not right now. Alright, so that's all taken care of. I guess the delivery area was reading as not actually working, maybe? Well, got a lot of guys coming in. Grant-wise, subblock D is 200. We're not quite there yet. The rest of this, visitation rights, we don't have that taken care of. Governmental security ratings requires dogs. This we'll have to do next time. Investments. Let's do the investments, and let's do the crackdown on drugs, which is going to require that we do a search. So why don't we do that? Find those drugs. 10 illegal narcotics. Did somebody die again? Stop that. It's very rude. Jeez, the hearse is already here. That was fast. We should have a guard. Oh, okay, the guards got taken away so they could do the searches. I was about to say that's how they let these people in. So I will I'll pop a guard in here so they can, you know, open the fence gate. There is supposed to be somebody, you know, stationed there. But clearly we did not have enough guards. Period, point blank. Look at all these dudes in here. Just chilling. I guess they got strip search, which is alright. Don't do that. It is hilarious to me that the psychologist office doesn't care that it doesn't have walls around it. We will fix that for the record, but we do need to, you know, actually take care of stuff. And we got we got something coming here. We found our 10 drugs and all this, you know, other stuff. Oh, these guys can't get through the door because there's no guards. There we go. Security is actually deployed here, maybe? I know I was supposed to have 2 guys stationed there, 2 guys stationed there. Yeah, I'll just make sure I got 2 in each of those, no matter what. But yeah, that's it for that. Now we've got everybody trying to. Oh, they can't even get out because the guard that was supposed to be stationed here was, you know, searching prisoners. Now he can just keep opening the gates. I do. This was completely by accident, by the way, but I do appreciate how this is the perfect length to have a truck or a bus inside, and one of the doors closed at all times. Wait, did that guy get released? Okay, must have been because it didn't say escape. Oh boy, wow, what an episode. We got a lot of stuff done. This one is well, my recording software is saying like an hour 22 minutes, but there is a pretty decent bit of time lapsing in there, so hopefully it's still around an hour. We still have a little bit of stuff to take care of, but we did get medium security up and running. And starting to look pretty spiffy. We've got a little bit of decorating, we've got a little bit of yard making to do. And yes, those of you who asked about paths, we will be putting those in. Just have to get everything else ready and operating first. But as always, appreciate you being here. Appreciate all the comments, feedback, ideas, etc. Calling me out on stuff I missed. Please always do that, because if I don't catch it and you don't say it, then it's not going to get fixed. So we'll just have to see what is going to happen next time when we finish out this medium security and we figure out what we're able to take care of. They got a backlog of dues to process. So we'll let them take care of that, and we'll be back in this series on Sunday. And then, of course, we have all sorts of other fun stuff coming. Streams this weekend. And then starting in June, first week of June, we're going to be back on Twitch. So make sure if you want to be part of stuff that's not City Builders, a little bit more of a loose environment, we can have a little bit more fun over there with stuff that isn't this. Do go give me a follow over at twitch.tv/JCTheBeard. And we'll see what's going to happen there. I'm not entirely sure what we're going to be playing, but it's not going to be City Builder stuff, I can tell you that much. But maybe try to do some audience involvement stuff, group game nights, things like that, where you guys can get involved and be a little bit more of a direct participant real time, because that's the fun stuff with the live streams, I always thought. So, but yeah, that'll be in a couple weeks, and very excited about that. Excited about the other fun stuff we've got coming down the pipeline for City Builders here on YouTube as well. So no matter what it is that you're interested in seeing, hopefully we'll be able to spend some fun time together this summer at least, and get some good stuff going. But again, very appreciative of you, Beard Boosters, as always, and everyone else for all of the contributions that make it possible to keep doing this and having so much fun together. Very, very much appreciate all the support. It's great that I get to do this and pay some of my bills along the way. Very, very thankful for you. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Stay safe, have fun. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.